So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is day 10 of the quarantine diaries and it is currently April 20th. And let me just say, I am pretty used to being in quarantine. Some of you guys had asked how I'm doing in quarantine, and by now I think that we have a pretty decent routine, so it's not as like nerve-wracking and like anxiety driven anymore. I feel like we finally have some kind of groove going on, so that's been amazing. But for today's video, you guys wanted me to do a video in which you guys do assumptions about me and I react to them and I give you guys the answers. So I decided to combine them because a lot of you asked like questions and then some of you guys had assumptions about me. So I was like, poof, let's just like merge them together and just do it. So I am gonna be sharing with you guys your assumptions and questions about me. Let's start with ZN Valencia says, never thought you got mad at your husband as often as you show. So yeah, on our family channel, the Can family, if you're not subscribed to our family channel, you should go subscribe to the Can family. I'm just myself, so I think that typically people don't like to show like how you really are in camera, and for me, like, that's just like, why would I not show that? I think that there's a very big misconception that like YouTubers are like picture perfect people, and that is not the case. We are just as human as anyone else, and we disagree, especially Nick and I. Like, there's a age difference, and so he's more of like very playful and he's the clown, and I'm more like, I don't know, not as funny, or I don't know. Yeah, like I'm just like, if I don't feel comfortable or I don't agree on something, like I'm very vocal about it. I try to be very respectful, obviously, but I mean, you're not always gonna see eye to eye with your partner. This is pretty accurate. The Can family .mx, which by the way, we met you and you're the sweetest, says, ¿Cuánto mides de estatura? Me manda saludos. Hello to you. I'm 5'1". For the longest time, I thought I was 5'2", but when I was pregnant with Bella, they measure me and it turns out I'm actually like 5'1.5", so now I just say like 5'1". So Princess _ Thalia says, are you pregnant? No, I am not pregnant. I'm not currently pregnant. We definitely do want to have a second baby, but just not at the moment. Val _ purple 3. You seem like a very fun person to be with. I think I'm pretty funny. My husband thinks I'm funnier off camera as opposed to like on camera. So I don't know, like I'm very quirky and like I'm not like quiet. I guess I'm funny. I don't know. What do you guys think? Balak _ 29 says, are you 23? I wish, girlfriend. I am actually gonna be turning 30 this year. So I'm currently 29 and my birthday is December 15. So for a couple of months away, I'm gonna be turning 30. That's a long time. Wow. That's a really long time. But yeah, no, not 23. I think it says Roya Defolny. What is the first thing you want to do after quarantine? I love the Can family so much. Thank you. We love you too. Definitely gonna go visit our family. We have family in Texas and we have family in Florida, so we're definitely gonna be traveling. This one's funny. Oyin _ Layo _ said, you have a very hairy neck. I think I do. I have a lot of baby, I think that assumption is correct. I have a lot of like baby hairs back here. So I guess I do. But I've never thought about that. That's so funny. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, Firdos _ Kabiraj. I am so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm trying my best. That I have a photographer everywhere I go with your family. Is it true? No, it's false. We don't have a photographer. We take our own pictures, like our everyday pictures. We do sometimes take like professional photos for like special events, for like Bella's birthday or our wedding, or I'm trying to think of like anything else, but like we don't have a photographer with us like 24/7. Like Nico takes really, really good pictures of me. He's usually the one behind like the camera, and he has a very creative like eye for that. That's probably why you guys think that my photos are like professional, but no, not at all. We don't have like a professional photographer with us. Nico is, I guess Nico could be considered like my personal photographer. I don't know, but no. Joy Salud says, can you show us you guys pick when you were a kid? I want to see who is more likely look like a Bella. Definitely my husband. She definitely looks like spitting image of Nico. There's so many pictures of Nico when he was a baby and like their facial expressions and just like how they carried themselves. G. Grassi asks, do you talk with the Ace family? No, we're not friends with the Ace family. Cool people though. Priya says, are you a model? No. I'm far from it. No, no, no. I'm a beauty influencer, which I feel like it's completely different. I don't consider myself a model. I consider myself someone of influence, but not to say that models aren't of influence, but no, that's not my job. Fatima _ Kuram _ X. How do you keep your skin so clean, and do you like it in quarantine or no? So one thing that I like to do for my skin, I wash my face every night. So there are a few times a year where I can count where I'm just like exhausted and I won't wash my face at night. And I've noticed that when I do that, my face tends to like break out. My skin like reacts to it. So I try my best to wash my face every day before I go to sleep and put moisturizer and my serum before I go to sleep. Because you know, your girl's gonna hit 30 this year. So I have to start using night creams just to like help my skin age better. So, you know. Oh, this is a really good question. Granado Chris 70 says, do you have postpartum depression? I went through postpartum depression and I didn't know that I was experiencing postpartum depression until much later, like until I started to feel better. But for a while, I want to say from like 6 months to 9 months, when Bella was 6 to 9, I just did not like feel like myself at all. But the way that I justified it to myself is like, well, this is normal. I'm supposed to feel this way. I'm really exhausted. I'm feeling anxious. I'm very fearful of a lot of things. But I started to notice that it was really triggering my anxiety and it was triggering other things in me that had never ever happened before. So this is something that I plan on talking about in more detail in the future. But yeah, postpartum depression is definitely real, and I feel that not a lot of conversations are happening about this, and it could be because there's very little like attention to it. So, but yeah, I went through it, and I can honestly tell you that I'm glad that I understand what it is and that it actually exists. Because for a while, I felt like a bad mom, and I was like, I don't know why I feel this way. So, yeah, that could be a whole video on its own. But oh, this is a good one. Katharina Angeles says, how do you keep a strong and amazing relationship with your husband even there's a Bella already? So one thing that I appreciate about Nico like so much is the fact that we're able to talk. And what I mean by that is, like, if I don't like something and I voice my opinion and he listens, and we have probably at least like once a week, like we check in with each other, we have conversations about how we are being as a couple, how we're raising our daughter, and we're always very attentive to like our needs and to like what our family needs, especially when it comes to Abella. Like we both always try our best, and that helps us like check in on how we can be doing better. So I think definitely having Abella has allowed us to like get closer in a way. I don't know, but at the beginning, like after you have a baby, there's a lot of learning, and you have to like readjust, because when someone new comes into the picture, like our baby, it changes the dynamic between you and your partner. So Nick and I always try to make time for each other, and sometimes it's hard because Abella is with us all the time. Like sometimes, like right now in quarantine, like it's extremely hard to like make time for one another. But one thing that I like to do is I like to write everything down, and so every month I have like a challenge for myself that I like to do for my relationship. So for example, this week, for this month, I have written down like to have like a movie night with my husband, and I have it in my planner, and April's almost over, so I'm like, I have to make sure that like we make time for each other, that we make time for that. So I guess in a simple way to put it, to like always communicate. Communication is key, because if you don't communicate with your partner, like it will show. Even when you think you're not communicating, you're still communicating. For example, if something bothered you and you didn't tell your like partner, you may not tell him, but you're still gonna treat him like in a way that is bothering you. He or she may not even know. So you're not only doing a disservice to your own like self, but like to your relationship. So one thing I've worked on recently is like keeping my cool, like not raising my voice and just staying calm. Because sometimes I'm like, how did you not see that? Like, what? But I pay attention to like, Abella pays attention to everything. So I don't want my daughter to grow up around like a screaming mom. So I watch myself and I always try to do my best. So that would be my advice for that. Sophia.Altani says, how did you start TikTok and why? And I love your family and Abella's with you. Thank you so much. I started TikTok, I want to say I created an account for it, downloaded the app maybe about 6 months ago, and then I never used it. Like I created a video for like Abella, and I had my little sister-in-law, Zai, and Naisa helped me, but I had like no clue like how to use it, and I just like, it looks complicated. So, but then over Christmas in 2019, they came over, and Naisa and Zai, and I would just see them like for hours, just like doing these dances, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that looks so hard, like I could never dance like that. But then I was like, I saw that like there were moms on there, there were like fashion people, and I was like, wait a minute, like this is like, I can do whatever I want. And so I just started creating like different posts, and I just started posting them, and then it just like took off, and here we are. We're almost about like 300K, so I'm really excited, and I love the platform because I get to connect with so many people. Oh, this one's cool. Stephanie Elizabeth 83. I thought you'd be stuck up, but you're the nicest and the sweetest. That's so cute, because thank you. When my husband met me, he was like, you know, you like should show more of your personality on your Instagram feed because you're so funny and you're like really like approachable, but like sometimes in your pictures you don't look like that. And I was like, wow, like I've never really thought about how like your Instagram feed or like what you put out there like can, like a lot of people can assume things about you. And that's the reason I wanted to do this, because I like to know like what you guys think, just because as a creator it's important for me to know like how you are perceiving what I'm putting out there. And if you guys have been with me for a while, like I think you would know that I'm all about like being the very best that you can be, and I try my best to create content that makes you feel better. Like I want you to click off this video and feel better than like how you felt like when you came in here. So I hope that as we continue to grow as a family and on this channel, that we can always do that, because I like the furthest thing away from someone who's like stuck up. I don't know, I'm a people's person. Julie.Dime asks, how are you keeping healthy during these times? It's hard. It's really, really hard. I think that the best way I can answer that honestly is that you just have to be flexible and be disciplined enough with yourself to still make things work for you. So for example, I don't go to the gym anymore. I was going to the gym 6 days a week before the quarantine happened, and then I slowed down. So what I tried to do is to work out, but just not as much, because our routine is completely different now. So you just have to like try your best to work with like what you have. I hope that makes sense. Ayush Noel says, we all know you love Nico, but I assume his pranks sometimes really test your patience. Absolutely, yes, absolutely, 100% they do. I wanted to tie in this question to also Erica D'Souza 27 asked, are you religious? I guess the answer would be yes. I'm a woman of faith. I believe there is a God. I try my best to have a good relationship with Christ, not just for like my own self and my own well-being, but also for my husband. When I prayed for my husband, because at some point I wasn't as close as I am to my faith right now, I prayed for a lot of patience. I prayed like, Lord, like let me have patience to wait for the man that you have prepared for me. And it's interesting because now like when he does something that upsets me, I pull myself back to that girl who asked to have patience in a relationship. And I'm like, huh, you really have to be cautious how you pray and what you pray for, because it will be given to you. You never know when or how, but like it will be given to you. So it's so interesting, because I think that a lot of the times we are being given so many blessings, but they don't come the way that we imagined they would. So we're like kind of annoyed by it, or we just don't respond in a way that we should. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and then we are going to go. WC Fanny_Fanny says, are you happy? Yes, I'm very grateful. I have hard days, I think like most of us do, but even when I'm faced with really hard situations, I try to see the good in anything, and I try to remember that any bad moment will pass, and the same thing goes for good times. Life is an ever-evolving door, and you just never know what you're gonna get, so you have to find joy and happiness in everyday living. Naomi.Sofia says, do you speak fluent Spanish? Sí, hablo español. De hecho, mi primer idioma es español, mi segundo idioma es inglés. Sometimes you guys will hear my accent, sometimes my Texas girl accent comes on. So yeah, there's like a lot more questions. I'm still going through all of these. You guys have to let me know if you guys want me to do a part 2 of this, because then I'll just like do a part 2, because there's literally so many other questions here. But some of these I'm actually do as a topic for you guys, like the postpartum depression. I do want to talk about anxiety. Someone asked if I suffer from anxiety. I do. So I will be doing just detailed videos for some of those questions. But that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with me during quarantine. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you guys are staying motivated. Try your best to do the best that you can with what you have at this current moment. I love you guys, and have an amazing day. Okay, I love you, bye. Oh wait, don't forget to share, like, and comment on this video. Thank you. Okay, I love you, bye.